morning, my name is Japleen Kaur Bajwa and today I'm going to give a small tutorial about how we can integrate the GitHub projects into the Android Studio. So for that basically we need to know what is GitHub and how we can use that. So GitHub is a version control system. Version control system is a tool that helps the software team in managing changes to source code over time. Version control software keeps track of every modification to the code in a special kind of databases. It shows a repository. It is an online repository to back up our project source code. It's a kind of that like if we are if we just lost our source code or we are working somewhere else, there is a problem like we just lost our source code, we just crashed, our software just crashed or anything case during the case of that. So it's a kind of like we can keep a track of our source code. Not only that, we can change our source code also. So like in short, GitHub is a like it allows us to revert files or the whole project to an earlier state. Moreover, it compares changes over time and also like we can keep a track who is modifying in the code and what they are modifying in the code. So it's like that my other team members, if they are putting their code on repository on GitHub and if I am putting my code on repository on GitHub, not only that we can change our codes also. And the big advantages is this: if they are changing their code, I will be able to see what changes have been made in this repository or in my source code. So I feel like it is a good advantage to my GitHub. There is one more special feature in a GitHub that not only one people but two or many people can work on one same project no matter wherever they are sitting. It's like that if I give a little example, I am sitting here in Canada and one of my friend who's working on the same project, he or she is living in India. So we both of us we can work on a same project just sitting by our own places. So it's like that two people or more than as many as the people in the team, they can work on same project, they can share their code, they can put their code on repository. From here I can put my code on repository and we can work on a same page, same site just because of the GitHub. So there are some important concepts of GitHub users also, like for creating a project we need to first create a repository where the multiple people to work together. So if there are 5-6 team members and they want to work on a same project, they first need to get into the same repository, all of them, only then they can work all together. Second is master in a repository. This is a file version that is considered ready to use by anybody in the team or outside if repository is public. Another is creating a branch. So here it's like we need to create a branch in your project for an environment where you can try out new ideas, anything new ideas like that. Another one is changes you make a branch don't affect the master unless pull request is accepted. So like it's if we talk about creating a branch, there are two concepts: pull and push. Pull is like if we want to take our projects from GitHub to the Android Studio, so this is a kind of pull operation. And on the other hand, if we want our Android Studios project, if we want to push our Android Studio project to the GitHub, then we use push command. So another is adding commits. Commits is like keeping track of your progress as you work on a branch or master and creates a transparent history that others can follow to understand what you have done in GitHub during their absence. Another one is issues. Issues regarding highlight bugs or issues with codes that needs rectification. Issues remains open unless we resolve them, or they can be filtered, can be labeled as bug, enhanced, question, help wanted, anything. They just regarded as issues into that. Another one is markdown syntax. Markdown is a way to style text on a web, on like how we want to display our text on web. That can be done by the markdown syntax. Last feature is forking a repository. So it's like that it creates a copy for you to work on independently without any changes to theirs. Or also it submit a pull request to owners so that the owner can incorporate changes.
Hello everyone, my name is Gurveen Kaur. Earlier my friend Japlin Kaur introduced you about how to connect the GitHub with Android Studio. Now I am going to tell you what is Android Studio and how we can use the Android Studio in a very simple way. First of all, Android Studio is like an integrated development environment that is for the Google operating system and that is built on the JetBrains. Moreover, we can make a very simple app or any kind of app using Android Studio. There are two kind of classes in Android Studio. First one is for Java class and the other one is XML class. Moreover, there is a new version of Android Studio that is 3.4. You can easily take that version from the Google. And on the other hand, there are some new features that in new Android Studio, and we also can make the layouts, that is relative layout, constraint layout, and more other things. Second thing is we can use a list view, image view. We can also make the fragments in that Android Studio. Now I tell you some features of the on the Crunch Table version. That is it's a Gradle based build support, and it supports the performance, usability and the compatibility of the apps. Moreover, there is a pre-guard integration and app signing capabilities and built-in support for the Google Android system that is on JetBrains. Android Studio also support all the programming languages like C, C++ and more other extensions that is also in the new version. Now I will tell you what is Android emulator. We all know that the Android SDK includes a mobile device number or emulator, and that is it's a virtual device and that is run on every computer or on your computer. The emulator lets you develop and test Android applications without using any physical device, and that is Android emulator. Limitations of Android emulator, or we can say for Android Studios. There are some limitations of Android Studio, and that is no support for placing or receiving actual phone calls. You can simulate phone calls or place or receive through the emulator console. However, there is no support for USB connections, no support for device attached headphones, no support for determining network connected state, no support for determining SD and insert project, no support for Bluetooth. So these are the limitations of Android Studio, so you can follow that one. We use the new build system in our Android Studio, and that is Gradle. Now I will tell you the brief description of the Gradle, and that is Gradle is an advanced build management system that is built based on Groovy. It is like open source build system, and it also combines the power of Ant and Maven. Moreover, features and benefits of Gradle. Features and benefits of Gradle is like dependency management, and that is a very flexible approach to dependency management that can reuse and existing Maven repositories of reference local APIs. Second is a single build system, and that is a Gradle is like a authorized build across the IDE, and that is integrated development environment and the command line. Moreover, there is a product flavors, build variants, and also the build type. First of all, I will tell you what is a product flavor. It's like a free and paid version. You can easily download from the Google. And build variants means you can go on the Play Store or Amazon or any other store for buy it. Third is build type, and that is debug, QA, and also release. You can take it from that. And the last one, that is binary bundles for libraries, and that is .aar. Gradle supports the new .aar binary format for the library projects.
Hello everyone, my name is Mandeep Kaur, and earlier my friends told you about GitHub and Android Studio, and now I will tell you about the connectivity between these two things, like between Android Studio and GitHub and Android Studio. So basically my friends told you about like what is GitHub. They have given you so many of examples about GitHub and some introduction about the GitHub, like what are the main benefits of GitHub to be used, and as my friend Gurveen told you about Android Studio, she has told you about the latest versions that are available on the internet, and also she has told you about the Gradle support, that is the new things that has came in the Android Studio, which is very beneficial to make the Android applications. So we will do our connectivity, so let's come and do that. So earlier I told you, like, you guys should have the account on GitHub, and here I'm having an account, and I just log in my account. You can see over here like there are n number of repositories. These are the projects that me and my friends made, and we can have another new repository also. To create the new repository, we can just click on this new button. It will be saying, tell me to log in again, so I log in again, sign in. So here it's like a create new repository, and this is like my username, let's Mandeep, and I can give like a repository name, like whatever I want to give the repository name. So here I can just give the integrations something. Okay, so I just give this name the new repository name as integration. You can add the description about the repository, that what is the repository, and what your repository will do. And over here you can see that it's public and private. Never choose the private option, because this is the paid option and you guys don't need to pay anything. So this is the public option, we can have that. So this is it, and we can skip this over here. It's written like skip this step if we are importing an existing repository. So we are not importing any existing repository, we are just making the new repository. So you can just ignore this step and you can create a new repository. So I'll just click on this. So here you can see that I have created my new repository, and this is the link that we can add on our Android Studio, or we can just do like this link is basically used to download the project on GitHub. So whenever we want to download the project, we can just do over here, like this is the clone or download step. We can just download this, and we can have our project in the computer. So after clicking on the after making the repository, you can just go to the Android Studio, and there will be like you can make the new application. And on making the new application, on the upper menus there is as you can see, there is a VCS option. After clicking on the VCS option, there is a second option, that is enable version control integration. When you will click on that, there is a dialog box that will come, and it will be having 4 options. One is CVS, other is Git, second one is Mercurial, and fourth one is Subversion. So what you have to do is you have to select the Git option, as we are connecting the Android Studio with Git. So you will connect on the Git. After connecting on the Git, you will be just clicking on your app. You will just click on the app. The app is like you will right click on that, and the last option over there, as you can see, is there is a Git. When you will open that Git, there is the option commit repository, and with the plus sign there is add. When you will do that, you will add the options, like we will add the files of the Git to the Android. So you will click on that. After that, what you will do, when you will add you have to wait for a while so that the process will complete. When the process will be completed. As you can see on the bottom of your screen, there is a green dialog box which says like the files are successfully added. So with that, the files are added, and after clicking to the Git, you have to select the plus sign add option, in which you will be just adding the files to the repository. So after clicking that, you have to wait for a while. The files will be added successfully. When you will do that, the files will be added successfully on the GitHub, and after that, you have to again right click on your project. That will and again you have to go to the Git option, and from that you will select commit repository. By committing the repository, what will happen? The repository files will automatically connected with the Android. So you can see the box downstairs. I'm sorry. On the bottom of the project, it says the commit successfully. So this will be done. After that, what you will do? After clicking to the Git, you have to select the plus sign add option, in which you will be just adding the files to the repository. So after clicking that, you have to wait for a while. The files will be added successfully. When you will do that, the files will be added successfully on the GitHub, and after that, you have to again right click on your project. That will and again you have to go to the Git option, and from that you will select commit repository. By committing the repository, what will happen? The repository files will automatically connected with the Android. So you can see the box downstairs. I'm sorry. On the bottom of the project, it says the commit successfully. So this will be done. After that, what you will do? After pushing the do the push option, there will be a dialog box which will ask you for the commit message. The commit message that you will say will be MunConnect. This name MunConnect is the name which you have given to the repository. So you will be able to connect with the Android and the GitHub. And when you will click on the push option, your file will be automatically added to the Git options. As we can just wait, and you can see on the GitHub, you will refresh your GitHub, and you can check your files that are present, files of Android Studio that are present in the GitHub. So this was a tutorial. So that was the tutorial about the how to connect the Android Studio with the GitHub. So I hope you guys enjoyed our tutorial, and it will be helpful to you guys. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching.